Kathleen and I used to live around here. St Paul's Square. It used to be called Titterbottom Park because it's the only green place and all the mums used to feed their babies around here. It's changed a bit. Come on, let me show you around Birmingham. Follow me. This is the Golden Cup Pub. I used to sing here when my dad called me. I only got a few pennies, not much. It got a bit rough on Saturdays though. A few fights broke out. That wasn't until the cops come.
Hang up!
Look, I've even got a square named after me. Dayus Square. Look, there's the George and Flanagan. My mum and dad always used to dress up nice to go there. They thought it was really posh.
And bonfire night, even when I was a kid, you'd get youngsters would make a guy, like a guy forks, and they'd put it in a little pushchair and go around the street saying penny for the guy. And Kathleen and her brothers and sisters used to stand outside there with their guy saying penny for the guy, because a penny was a lot of money. You could get 4 sweets for a penny even when I was young. And in my granddad's day, Kathleen Dayus' day, my nan and granddad's day, you could get a penny dip. That was your dinner. So if you got a penny from the guy, you'd go to an eating house, like a cafe, and they'd have a piece of beef roasted in the window over the gas, and they'd have a penny piece of bread dipped into the fat. That was their tea. Bread and dripping. Dripping is the fat off the meat.
How much would it be for the beef?
Oh, you couldn't afford it. Poorer kids couldn't afford a piece of beef.
You get the fat off the meat.
You know when a joint roasts, fat comes off it. Have you not done it? Ever dipped your bread into it?
No.
Oh, it's lovely. Oh, yeah,
Sir, we'll see if we can bring it in.
yeah, we can't beat it. People couldn't afford a Sunday roast. They would go to the bull ring on a Saturday night because there was no fridges. So if the butchers have got any meat left over and they're not open again till Tuesday, what have they got to do to the meat? Yeah, sell it as with what they can get. So the poorer mums would go uptown to the bull ring or to where there was butchers around their area selling off the meat cheap on a Saturday night, but they wouldn't get the posh cuts of meat, they'd get the poorest cuts. And that's why lots of poorer people eat stew. Because what you have to do with the stew, you have to cook it longer because the meat's not as good. But once you've cooked it, it's lovely. And then you could always keep the stew pot. If there's anything left over throughout the week, anything left over in the food would be put in the stew pot and cooked up again. Nobody had really written about the poor of Birmingham or other big cities. It was just starting, and Kathleen was one of the very first people to write about growing up poor. So I'd listen to my mum and dad and my nan and granddad's stories, and there's this woman who's actually writing about the same kind of life. So that was really exciting for me, because at university and at school, we weren't taught about the lives of the people I belonged to. We were taught about the wealthy, the rich, the famous, the powerful. And these people were important, yes, but so were our people. She was amongst the first to say, this is who I am, this is where I come from, and I'm proud of my roots. And that's why she called her book, Her People, because she belonged. That's how I feel, I belong.
This is my old school, the inside of it. It never used to be like this, but it's nothing now, nothing but wooden bricks.
So this was the school Kathleen went to, and it was attached to St Paul's, the church in the Jewellery Quarter. All right?
Did they use punishments then?
Yes.
Were they harsh?
Yes, they did use punishment. I was punished at school.
Were they harsh then?
Yeah, what they used to use was a cane or a ruler. So guess what I got told off for, kids?
Talking.
Talking too much. So I got the ruler across my knuckles for talking too much. In my mum and dad's day, it was even worse. You get the cane a lot. And it really hurt. So you'd have 6 of the best, you'd have to put your hands out like that. And they'd hit you 6 times, whack, really hard. It was very strict.
What would this be called? Would it be a church or would it be called
It's a school, yeah. It was St Paul's School.
So it'd be called a school?
Yeah, yeah.
So was it quite a religious school then?
Yes, well done. Because it was attached to a church, it was a Church of England school. So they would have prayers of a morning. I went to a C of E school when I was a kid, and you'd have an assembly. At the assembly, every day we would have prayers and we'd sing a hymn. They were treated differently. That's a really, really good question. The girls would not, the boys had to do woodwork and things like that. Girls had to do cooking. Yes. So today it's a lot better, you know, girls and boys could do the same things, and that's only right. But girls were really being taught that they had to get married, they had to have children, they had to become mums, they couldn't have a career. Do you know what I mean? It was expected, but in Birmingham, women had to work. Kathleen Dayus's mum didn't go out to a factory, but you saw her washing. That was hard work.
Do you know when you're saying she went to, it was the back of St Paul's Square?
Yeah.
Was Kathleen quite religious?
The world in which Kathleen and even I grew up in and David grew up was more religious, wasn't it, David? It was changing in our childhoods, away from it. But in Kathleen's day, in my mum and dad's day, yes, everything was quite religious. It didn't mean to say that you went to church all the time. Most people didn't go to church. But Christianity was everywhere in them days.
Can't stop! I'll be late for school!
It goes quite a way back, actually, doesn't it?
This comes in
Just at the bottom. Yeah.
Did Kathleen
She'd have come up there. These are what we call like cobblestone streets, aren't they, David?
She used to say that she used to found them.
Yeah, that's right. And we used to, and when the lads got the boots from the Birmingham Mail, the charity boots I told you about, they'd have pieces of steel at the back to keep them going. So they'd, do that to spark. You've done that, haven't you? Spark. We used to spark off the floor. People were tough.
She used to wear clogs, didn't she? So it made quite a clatter coming up the
Clogs
street.
were quite common in Birmingham at that period. That's something that's been forgotten.
Do you like my clogs? I could have had boots, but I love these better. I can make a noise, and I can even do a little dance.